In this video, we are going to be analysing Carvana, ticker CVNA. Now, this is an interesting one. A few days back, we got another price target change. Another one changed to $1 price target. Again, just not looking good from analyst ratings to really just the overall fundamental business of CVNA. So really, fundamentally very weak. I mean, this is justified. And you can tell very clearly from the stock price going from $2.75 down to $3. Obviously, as soon as you see this, don't think that means the stock's on discount. Firstly, why is it selling off that much? Is there a fundamental reason? If there is a fundamental reason, it's probably not good just to buy. Obviously, there is going to be trading opportunities within here. If you're watching this more from an investment standpoint, again, we don't really have levels on this because it is just a fundamentally weak company. So obviously, if you're doing an investment on it, you probably want to be looking for the key psychological levels, because if there is a reversal, that's probably where they're going to happen. So be looking out for those, but really do your due diligence on it and see if it is a good fundamental stock, at least from your standing. Make sure it fits your criteria. But from a trading perspective, what are we looking at? So really, to the support side, we have no levels. We got statistical mean at 16 cents on the 6 month. So obviously, getting to 16 cents, is that likely? Probably not. But also, it's very far from where we are now, so not really going to provide us any trading opportunity. So, as supports, what can we pay attention to? As we say on all these kind of small cap stocks, key psychological levels. 350, you can see that's hit. That's where we bounced. So going lower, we're then paying attention to $3, $2.50, $2, $1.50, $1. They're going to be our key psychological levels to the downside. They will be what I'd be looking at to kind of try and trade some scalps and plays. Now we push into the upside. What are we paying attention to? So 671. If we hit this, you could probably look at it more of a kind of a continue to flip bearish. Obviously, we made this gap on a fundamental reason. What was that fundamental reason? Again, an analyst downgrade. So we're pushing back up to this. What I'd be looking at, and again, might be something I trade more as a day trade. If we hit this 670, again, it wouldn't be unlikely to see it hit this and then we continue back down. So what I'm going to do, how am I going to play this? I'm looking to enter around 670. Where am I placing a stop? Around 720. Now, that is quite wide. Do we need to have it that tight? No. You are risking about 7%, so actually that is quite wide, especially as a day trade. Obviously, the kind of downside is there, or kind of the upside of the trade, but downside on the stock is definitely there. So if you're looking at a swing, actually, that's more what I'd be looking at as a stop. For an intraday day trade, depends on your risk parameters. Now, I'd be looking, if I day trade this, either I'll be having a stop around 670, risking around 10 cents. Again, just above that 75 cent psychological level. But really, to be a safer one, you could be having one just above that $7, because again, it might push back just to that level before wiping back down. So that's really the trade plan I'll be looking at. Again, that's more of a day trade. Might look to hit that with the options. Try and find some cheap ones where I can kind of just hold. I don't really need to play any stops on them. And that'll probably be how I look to play that. Now, if we continue past here and kind of on a longer term level and the higher probability trades, what are we paying attention to? So, what's quite interesting is obviously this has sold off from $2.75 to $3. So the standard deviation channels are just so wide. So really, our closest resistance is $28 and $36.50. Very far from where we are now. Not really too much we can do, because the chance of getting here anytime soon, not likely at all. So how can we find other trading opportunities? And really on Carvana, the only trade opportunity I can see is just by really moving down the time frame. Moving to a 30 and 90 day will just give us some levels where if we're looking to trade this stock, we can get some levels. So now by doing that, we have levels at 765, 1050, 1420 and 1350. They would be the key resistances. And from a support side, $2 obviously lines up with that psychological level. So this level I would think would be quite key if we can move there kind of relatively quickly, a big trade opportunity. But really, they're the key support and resistances. Again, still quite far from where we are now, but it is quite a volatile stock. It can definitely happen. So this is what I'd be paying attention to. But really, again, something I'll be looking to trade, probably that gap fill with options, just because that will probably happen a bit more kind of soon. These other trade opportunities, don't really know how long they will take. Could be anywhere from a week to really a month. and maybe even longer. Just depends on how volatile it is. Obviously, we are coming into Christmas. You're going to see liquidity die. You're going to see volume die out, just because obviously institutional traders, they're probably not going to be working as many hours, and a lot on the retail side. Again, you come onto YouTube Finance, YouTube channels, you'll probably even see views start to dip coming into Christmas, and the reason for that is people take it as a break. They're not trading as much, and if they're not trading as much, obviously, especially on kind of stocks like this, which obviously is still going to have a big institutional presence, but not as big as kind of those large caps, which aren't going to matter if the retailers are taking a break. But on a stock like this, which is a lot more kind of focused on by retail as well, you're going to see it kind of get a lot less volatile as the retail leaves. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, want to drop a like and subscribe and check out one of these 2 analysis videos.